Hi, I'm Jessie. Welcome to my mobile sweet digs. Before you come in, subscribe below. The bus was $7,000, and all in all, I spent $125,000 renovating it. Currently, I'm parked in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and I pay $100 a month in rent. Expenses were carpenters, electricians. The largest cost was the master carpenter that I hired to do all of the interior woodwork. I found the bus on eBay, and I loved the aesthetic of a 1966 Greyhound. This is my reading nook where I like to just cuddle up with my blanket and read, but I also use the space for whenever I don't want to fold clothing, I just kind of throw it on, so it's my catch-all chair. Growing up, I had a ritual with my mom. She would wake me up early every Sunday morning and we would clean the entire apartment while she blasted either Queen or classical music. So for me, it was always something that you just kept up with. A lot of the items that I have throughout my home come from my travels. I bought the pillow in South Africa. I got it when I was studying abroad there. It's embroidered by women in a township and it gives back to their community. I also bought this carved wood box in Hawaii at a thrift store. It was actually not for sale. The owner told me that someone was passing away on the island and wanted to give it to me as long as it was something that I was going to keep in value in my home. Over here, I have a 7-foot closet. It extends to the same area that this does. It's all one pole. They're larger than anything that I had in New York City. I grew up in Manhattan. I had always lived in small spaces, so it made downsizing pretty easy because all of my apartments were around the same size as the bus, which is 400 square feet. I decided to downsize more so because I wanted to live outdoors and spend less. I love going hiking and boating and swimming. So for me, having this outdoor lifestyle was only possible by having a tiny home. Back here is my bedroom. My favorite space in the bus is definitely the bed. It's just super cozy. I love to sleep and just cuddle up here, especially on cold winter nights. I love to read with this antique lamp that I have in here. I just started War and Peace for probably the 5th time. I would like to finish it. This is my kitchen area. I have lots of counter space. The stove is propane. I have the propane tank under the sink. It's a 20-pound propane tank, which you could fill at any Lowe's or Home Depot. The water tank is underneath the bed. I think it's about 50 gallons, 47 to 50 gallon tank. And there's PEX piping, which leads it to the kitchen and bathrooms. To heat the water, I have an instant hot water heater, which is underneath the sink, and it's meant for RVs or tiny homes, so it vents through the floor. One thing that is really different from apartments or other places that I've lived is that I'm much more conscious of the amount of water and propane that I'm using. I recently learned how to cook spanakopita, a vegan version. I had to bake it in the oven with pastry dough and it was a huge hit. The plates and fruit bowl are a matching set from my great-grandmother. They are from their apartment when they lived in the tenements on Delancey Street. When the apartment burned down, they saved the plates and moved to Brooklyn with them. There's hidden storage throughout the bus battery, charger, all of that stored in these cubbies down here. In the baseboard of the kitchen, I decided not to waste the space and I put utensils down here. And in the back of the bus, I have cubby holes acting as a night table all around the bed. There's no dishwasher, but I have a large sink, so I'm able to pile my dishes in there, but I'm usually pretty fast with cleaning. I have my shower over here. In here, I have mahogany wood strip floors, so when I step out of the shower, I can drip dry off. All of the flooring underneath the mahogany wood drains to the same place that the shower drains to. And I don't have a gray water tank, so I make sure that all my shampoos, conditioners, and body washes are biodegradable. Here I have my bathroom. I have my mirror and sink in here. I previously had a compostable toilet and I'm looking to update. Up here I have the driving area and also the guest bed and couch area. So far I've only had a couple people over. Mainly people stay in the bed with me, it's just cozier back there. But I do have a pull-out bed in the front of the bus that's a queen size and fits 2 people. The front area of the bus has a ton of windows. The windshield is massive. I would like to figure out a way to make it more private for when I have guests over. Can you comment with how I can possibly do that? This is the original seat and steering wheel from this 1966 GMC Greyhound commuter bus. The horn still works. When the bus is in motion, I secure everything so that nothing breaks. I don't have many delicate things, but for my plates and all of those items, I just wrap them up when I'm on the go. The tiny home movement is awesome. I do hope that it becomes more mainstream, and I think that it has been lately. People are surprised when they find out I live on a bus. I think specifically when I was on dating apps. It's the best place I've ever lived because I designed everything, so it was really just custom to everything I wanted in closet size, kitchen size, all of these different spaces, and it has the aesthetic that I just really enjoy living in. I'm selling because I want to travel abroad for some time. For my next dream home, I think I actually want something even smaller and easier to drive in cities. Thanks so much for watching my sweet digs. To subscribe, click here, and to watch more, click here.